You understand where I'm going with this? And so he's trying to explain to her, sweetie, I don't care what you do behind closed doors. This can't be out in public because they won't understand it. He said that. He was trying to get her to understand that. This is about social class, not racism. That was a 9-minute, 34-second tape clip.
That was him under CYA.
That was, you heard, no. Here's the thing. He was quite candid.
Yeah, he was trying to cover his own ass.
No. Even in that, he was candid. Yeah. He was candid. A racist, he would have, and I'm not saying he hasn't shown racist tendencies in the past with other issues, but in this issue, what we're talking about right now, there was nothing racist about that. That was more classist.
Yeah, I don't see how that portrayed as racist.
But see, that's what I'm talking about, Bill. Everybody is being told what to think. No one's thinking cognitively for him or herself. That's the point I'm making. All you have to do is listen deeply to the conversation and then figure it out. This man is not talking, he's not upset because this is a black thing or whatever. He's upset because she's mixing with lower social classes.
And more upset that she's not understanding his end.
There you go. That's all it's about. But all I hear is racist remarks, racist comments. I've yet to hear any from that clip. I haven't. And he never once said, I don't like black people. What he said was, they are the enemy, and you're the enemy to me. You just don't understand why. You know why? Because all people at the upper echelons of society feel that the masses are enemies. We just talked about it. We talked about how they jealously guard their what? Their wealth and their power in this country. We spoke briefly the other day about Karl Marx. Some of you know about his theories, the bourgeoisie and the proletariats. You know, the elite that hold the majority of the world's capital and wealth. They're very few in number. Then you have the masses, okay, that are out there that want to share in that wealth. But the bourgeoisie is very, very jealous with it and very stingy with it. And they all look at those who are not a part of their world as the enemy, regardless of what you look like. I can guarantee you, if Bill were to show up on Instagram with his girlfriend, he'd have gotten a call. Take someone from Duck Dynasty. He'd have gotten a call. And they're white. But it's about social class. And they're rich. But it's about social class. Social class, social status.
What it also seems to me is what he's afraid of is if they get mad at her enough that they can destroy him.
That's exactly what it is, Bill. That's exactly what it is.
He's trying to cover his own ass.
That's exactly what it is. And she is too naive to understand that well because, first of all, she's not interested in understanding any of that. She's just interested in his wealth. Okay, let's just be real. All right? But the other people that are feeding off of this story, the media, the athletes, the other owners, everyone, regular, just ordinary people, all they see is race. And I'm like, does anyone think anymore? He's being classist. He is biased against certain social classes. He's biased against the extreme poor. He's biased against the working poor. I'm going up the ladder of stratification right now, starting from the lower rung, going up. He's biased against the middle class. Hell, he's biased against millionaires. Yeah.
It's in human nature. Most everybody looks down at anyone below them.
And the higher you get on that ladder, you're looking down at somebody else. Okay? And that's what it is. He belongs to a very exclusive club. And that club will not tolerate that type of behavior from its members. And he mentioned it, the culture. He defined it as the culture that he lives in. They won't understand. That's what he said. It's clear as day. That has nothing to do with racism. That's not racism. Now, again, as I aforementioned, I'm not saying that he hasn't displayed that in the past with some people, but what I'm concerned with is the frenzy of today. And I'm sorry, it's not that I'm coming to his aid. I'm just listening to the facts here, and I don't see anything racist about this. Okay? Is he a classist? Yes. Is he an elitist? Yes, he is. what billionaire isn't?
So I was thinking you probably wouldn't be too humanity is there.
Yeah, what billionaire isn't? And then let me give you a little background information, a little tidbit that I found out about him, Mr. Sterling. First of all, his name isn't Sterling. He changed it years ago to Sterling. He has a Jewish last name. He's Jewish. He comes from an ethnic minority group himself. His dad used to keep store or something in Los Angeles, East Los Angeles. You guys have heard of East LA. Yeah, that's a minority part of Los Angeles. Highly populated by Hispanics. This is where he grew up. And he pulled himself up, went to law school. When he got out of law school, though, he couldn't find a job at any of the prominent law firms, allegedly because of his Jewish background. So he hung out his own sign and started practicing law himself. Made some moves, got into the real estate industry, made his money in real estate as a slumlord. You got to understand something. You know, everybody that's talking about this stuff, none of them belong to that exclusive club.
Most of them probably don't even realize it exists.
That's a good point.
But did anybody stop to think if he was really racist and she was a minority, why would he be with her?
That's the other thing.
If they're really racist, they won't do that.
Well, they'll tell you this too, Ms. Parker. Most racists throughout history, especially like people who have been in political office, Strom Thurmond, he's notorious for this. And he was a vile racist from South Carolina. He used to go home every night to a black woman. Very few people know that. But outwardly in public, he fought against every measure of civil rights reform while he was a state senator, U.S. senator. All until he died. Yes, Strom Thurmond. And others. Privately. But publicly, yeah.
But that's
Totally
what I'm
different.
saying, a few people knew, I mean, there was people, he went out with her in public,
Yeah.
and, I mean, she's obviously not white.
Well, what did he say though? You're supposed to represent yourself as a white woman or a Latino woman. And that's the other thing we were talking about today, that a lot of Hispanics can assume the race of white in this country.
I heard they was trying to, cause he's also married, but his wife was like, oh, she's staying out of it. She didn't wanna have nothing to do with that.
They're estranged. They're estranged, meaning they're not really together right now. They're estranged.
But they
But,
had a video of her on TMZ when she was coming out and she was defending him. She was saying he wasn't a racist.
And what
I mean, that's what I'm saying. See, it's all about relativity, Tanisha. Some people will look at the same and listen to the same damn clip you just listened to, and they'll swear him down as racist. And I'm thinking, which part? You know, what do you construe as racism? I mean, and I don't understand if people really know, these people really understand what racism is. Racism is when you are in a position of power to exercise some sort of bias or prejudice against others that will influence their lives. That's what racism is. Everything else is just prejudice
Or bias.
or bias. That's it. Racism has to do with power and influence. And that's what people miss here. Now, yes, if he had made some racist remarks like, I want you around niggers, they smell bad, y'all look like monkeys. Now, if he made those kind of comments, that could be construed as racist because he is in a position of power. He employs a lot of what he would call, if he said this, ends. Y'all play basketball for him. The head coach. You know, he would be in a position of power making those kinds of comments. That's racism. Okay? But he didn't make those comments. He just said, I don't want you out around minorities in public. That's what he said. There's nothing racist about that. That is classist. He's an elitist and a classist.
I think you're wrong, but I think he's an elitist.
You think I'm wrong?
Racist. No, I think you're right on.
Oh,
But I think you have to add racist to that, because there's enough in his history in the past.
and I acknowledge that, but I'm not focused on that.
Right.
I'm focused on what everybody's talking about today, which is that 9-minute, 34-second clip. And I said, you know, he may have shown some racial tendencies, racist tendencies in the past. I'm acknowledging that. But here, there's nothing racist about this. Okay, and I think I'm bringing it up because in our society, people are quick to call race. So quick to call race. And everything is not racism. It's not. You know, and I'm like, so what? This guy says he doesn't want his girlfriend cavorting with minorities and black people in public because the culture he lives in won't understand. There's nothing racist about that. This is about social class and power.
So Michael Jordan is in a lower class.
Yes. You want to know why? Because of his social class.
He's under.
Michael Jordan is a millionaire times over. He's not a billionaire, number one. Number two, he's new money. New money.
Yeah, new money to discriminate.
And how he obtained his millions. He put a ball in the hole. It's nothing to celebrate. Those people at that level, they don't celebrate that. They don't celebrate that. They don't celebrate athletic achievement.
For most millionaires,
And you understand what I'm saying?
right.
Only those on the lower rungs of the ladder of social stratification celebrate the Beyoncés and Jay-Z's of the world.
It all goes
And the
back,
athletes of the world.
it all goes back when you said nobody celebrate their child's making an A or a B in school.
Right. That's right.
I mean, I celebrate the millionaires go, like I say, under. You know, like I started working, for example, McDonald's go all up or be millionaire. Not the millionaire that he just born millionaire because the father's millionaire. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. But even them, when you're born into money like that,
And then-
that they are very, very
But
well
what happened when you
respected
born like that?
because of the lineage.
Right. You lost all the million, and what? You kill yourself because you don't know how to explore the world.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and this is
That also in movies, this isn't something new, it's something way back